Beginning resynchronization.
Hello and welcome to Resync, a podcast where friends talk about games. I'm Chase,
My boy! And I'm Sam.
and today we're going to be doing something very different from a lot of our prior episodes. But, we've talked about we wanted to get into tabletop games as well, not just video games.
And both of us ended up getting some TTRPGs that had solo capability over the holidays. So we're going to be jumping into character creation sessions for both of those different games. Chase, what's your game called?
My game is Farewell to Arms. It is a Morkborg compatible expansion, and it's about trench warfare in World War II with a spicy magical twist.
That sounds right up your alley. And the game that I got is called Vagabond, and it's described as a pulp fantasy tabletop role-playing game. And both of these games have built-in support for solo play, so we're going to be making our own characters, or in Chase's case, maybe a few characters, and probably getting into playing those in our off time and then coming back and talking about them in the show.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to doing this. I know that we've both been talking about wanting to check out some of these solo RPGs as both forever DMs. And
Yeah.
I think this is a cool example for listeners to see, because up until recently, I was unaware that solo RPGs were something that was put out there.
Yeah, I was not very aware of it either. I thought it was something people did, but didn't know that there were entire games or parts of games that supported it as its own version of play.
Yeah.
So yeah, like Chase said, this is going to be pretty different than normal. How do we want to do this? Do we want to start with one and then jump to the next? Because I feel like it would be weird to go from one to the other going back and forth.
Yeah. I would say we can do individual character creation first for one and then swap.
Yeah. Well, and I think this is just an offhand guess. I think Vagabond might have a little more of a straightforward character creation process. So maybe we start with my guy, because I think I only need one dude. And then we jump to you and your meat grinder.
Yeah, yes. So just as a heads up, as Sam just referenced, I, coming into this, have been warned that Farewell to Arms, you are better off doing some batch character creation, because you're not going to be getting too attached to these guys. Chances are they're going to fall in combat, and you're going to need a new squad. So once Sam creates his character, I'm probably going to I might just start with two, just to get a feel for how my squad layout's going to be. For those listening, from my understanding of how I've read the rules, Farewell to Arms, I imagine, is going to feel somewhat similar to games like Kill Team. Unit control of a squad covering a battlefield and trying to wipe out an opposing squad. In terms of combat.
Interesting. All right. Well, maybe to give you something to fight for, we should assign one of the characters you make just to be me.
See, well, I was going to throw out there, when we get to mine, since I have to do more than one character, and I've got over 100 character sheets.
Oh, yeah.
You could make your character that
Okay.
I am going to panic whenever I start running and go, no, Sam, don't die.
And
Not you.
I'm going to enjoy hearing how I die.
Hopefully you don't get turned into a vapor.
Well, there are different things to hope for, I suppose. So yeah, I guess I'll just start off with a little bit of the preamble that is in Vagabond's core rulebook. So right here it says, drawing inspiration from medieval romance stories, dungeon synth, and dungeon crawlers of the past 50 years, Vagabond is a tabletop action role-playing game where the players take on the role of daring and powerful heroes, exploring dungeons and thwarting villains. And it goes on to say that it is pulp fantasy, also known as sword and sorcery. Pulp fantasy stories are tales of high action and dangerous adventure. Vagabond is a pulp fantasy RPG made by Land of the Blind. The art style definitely helped draw me into this. I saw a person on YouTube talking about this game. Turns out it's the creator of the game, I believe.
Oh, very cool.
But it goes on later in this like forward section to talk about different touchstones and inspirations for this game. And it has listed here some anime and manga, film, literature, music, TV series, tabletop games, and video games, including stuff like Berserk, Princess Mononoke, Full Metal Alchemist, Vinland Saga, just a bunch of stuff that I'm like, yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
So definitely drew me in.
I was just going to say, if it's anything like what inspired it, it sounds like it's going to be pretty good.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how this all pans out because it's got a fairly different rule set from what I'm used to. So I'm intrigued, and as somebody who's making their own tabletop role-playing game, I'm inspired by the things I've seen so far. But yeah, I'll get right into it. I'll jump right in because I think I'll have to probably just kind of go through this pretty quick. This will be the first time I'm making a character, so if I do it wrong and you know I did it wrong, feel free to tell me.
Oh, absolutely.
Like in the comments, if you know this game, I don't know anything. I've like glanced at this stuff before doing this episode, but that doesn't mean shit. I can get everything wrong. But yeah, I'm going to be kind of just running through. Hero creation starts at page 20. This is cool. As I'm scrolling through to get to character creation, it's showing like some of the mechanics, one of which being how like the combat will be played with minis, which I don't know if I'll do minis if I'm doing solo, but I might. I would probably sit down here alone and get all my Dwarven Forge out. I'm not going to say I wouldn't, but there's like definitely stuff that interests me. Onward. All right, here we are. Hero creation. Took me a second to find it because I'm getting distracted by all the other stuff that I'm looking at. But I'm going to start out. I thought I would just roll for fun.
Oh, yeah.
I have some stuff that I'm interested in, but I thought I would probably roll just to get some things decided. So I'm going to start out with the ancestries. So the options that I have in front of me are human, dwarf, elf, halfling, draken, goblin, and orc. Now, I'm drawn a little bit to orc. We'll see what happens. I'm gonna roll. The table that it has for rolling doesn't have all of them, but I don't want to be human, so I'm gonna take human out, and I'm gonna roll a d6. 1 will be dwarf, 2 will be elf, 3 halfling, 4 dragon, 5 goblin, 6 orc.
I'm looking for a nat 6.
And Chase is here to hold me accountable. And if I don't get what I want, I'll cut all this out and I'll just make an orc. No, I'm just kidding. Oh my God, I got a 6. I swear.
No, I can confirm that is a natural 6.
That's insane. Okay, well, that's great. Perfect. I wanted to be an orc anyway.
Hilarious.
So, starting off strong with the dice telling the story as they do. Ancestry, orc. So, the description of the orc in this game and the art style, it's closer to like the older depictions of orcs.
Oh,
before they were very like Tolkien, like
I am a fan of that.
Yeah, so they have like, I don't know if it's like boar-ish.
I was gonna say cloven hooves and fur.
Yeah.
That's
so
sick.
It describes them as mutant nightkin that take on a variety of appearances, some with snouts and tusks, or fur and horns, or those with calloused and verdigris skin. They typically settle in close-knit tribes where might is right and have been known to establish themselves as commanders over goblin warbands. So it seems like this might be one of those situations where there's like a little bit of inherent, maybe I'll have some, I don't know if there's like a world associated with this game, but it seems like they kind of have some like lore associated. But I'll have to find that out when I start playing.
Yeah. Well, and that's cool even if they don't have their own world where they kind of give you that extra hand and like, hey, if you're like wondering like backstory for yourself, you can.
Yeah, here's a little bit of flavor.
Yeah.
Traits I get as an orc. Each ancestry gets traits. I get dark sight, so I'm not blinded by dark. Beefy. I make saves against being grappled or shoved with favor, which I think is kind of like advantage, but a little bit different. I think I read that it's favor is you get an additional d6 to roll alongside your d20. And then I think it's called Hindrance. I don't remember, but there's like the disadvantage version where you subtract a d6 rolled along with your d20.
Okay. I like that.
And then hulking, I have a +2 bonus to item slots. Don't know what that means. So we'll see how that goes. But that might work with what I also want, because I saw one of the other classes in this game is merchant, and I thought an orc merchant would be interesting.
Hell yeah.
So maybe carrying a bunch of shit would make sense for my dude. Oh, the creature type for orc is cryptid.
Yo. You're
That's
not
funny.
just a humanoid. You're a cryptid.
Yeah. So is the draken, which is like a dragonborn. And then you got human-like for halfling and dwarf, and fey for elf.
You got to tell me, is goblin considered fey or cryptid?
It's cryptid.
No.
Well,
Not
they
my
they
little
definitely
boys.
have the visage of a little trickster
Oh, yeah.
in this game's art.
I'm also going to throw out, maybe this is just me because I obviously only played it with you the one time, but the art style for that does kind of like throw me Absalom
Oh,
vibes.
dude, yeah. I was thinking the same thing. I think I found both of these around the same time. and
Hell yeah.
I was happy to see that they were, they gave me similar vibes. I really think that I'm going to go through this pretty quick. So next on the docket is picking my class, which there are, looks like 18 classes.
Wow.
18 classes to pick from. So I am also going to roll this. I have a few in mind, but I'm going to give myself a mulligan on this one. So if I get one that I'm really not interested in, I will re-roll.
I don't know. You got orc right off the bat.
Yeah, I might just have I might have the chaos gods on my side at this moment, but we'll see. The options I'll go through are alchemist, barbarian, bard, dancer, druid, fighter, gunslinger, hunter, luminary, magus, merchant, pugilist, revelator, rogue, sorcerer, vanguard, witch, and wizard.
That's cool. I like that they have witch
Yeah.
as like a separate class between sorcerer, wizard. Like that's
Yeah, I do too. Witches are sick. I've been listening to Worlds Beyond Number, which is do you know Brennan Lee Mulligan?
Yeah.
It's one of his like actual play podcasts. And in their first campaign, it's called, I think it's The Wizard, the Witch, and the Wild One. And they like homebrewed a witch class, and the flavor is immaculate of that class. It's
I
so
love
cool.
that. I'd expect nothing less from Brent.
Yeah. So your class gives you training and features, and it says to roll D66. So I think I just roll 2D6, similar to rolling D100 with 2D10s. So here we go. First try. 33. 33 would land me on Hunter, which I'm not opposed to, but I will use my mulligan roll to see what the other option for me will be. And I'll ignore if I get the same class. It's either a 32 or a 23, and I didn't pick which one would be read first. So I'll just go with the D6 from my first dice set will be the one that's read first. So it's 23, Druid.
Hell yeah.
Interesting. So Hunter or Druid? I really wanted Merchant, but maybe I'll make a little group, honestly. Maybe I'll make like a little group, a couple characters. They'll be separate. I won't have them working as a team. I'll have them just existing in the same world.
Hell yeah.
But I do want to make a merchant. He'll probably be a little freak.
little freaky
A little
boy.
freak. A little nasty guy.
I don't know why that got me so bad.
You know what? I think I'm going to go. What do you think? Out of Druid and Hunter. Let's see. I'm going to go down to look at the classes, see what they give. Off the top of your head, which one sounds more interesting?
I always lean towards druids,
Yeah.
and it doesn't help that I saw their image for their druid, and
The
it
Druid
looks pretty
looks cool
sick.
in the art.
And the hunter in the art looks like he has sad eyes.
That's true. I can't help but say again that the art in this book is amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the Druid looks fucking crazy. They went in on this art. Oh my gosh. I'll read the little playing the class blurb from both, and then I'll pick. So for Druid, it says, the Druid is a mid-defense, mixed support, and control class with a focus on casting spells and shape-changing into powerful beasts. So that's the Druid. On to Hunter. Playing Hunter. The Hunter is a low defense, high crit striker. They can be built for melee or ranged positions. You know what? Since I'm playing solo, here are my thoughts. Since I'm playing solo, having a pet, which it looks like the hunter can. Let me look. Well, it doesn't say anything about a pet, but he has a dog with him in the art. So I'm assuming there's rules for that.
Yeah, maybe as you get deeper in, you gain the ability to like get a companion.
Well, they're one-page
Oh.
classes,
Oh, okay.
which I actually really appreciate. So I don't see it, but maybe there are separate rules for having pets or something.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking that low defense sounds like a red flag for a solo play, so I might go druid.
Be a big beefy boy.
Mid defense, yeah, mid defense with some spells, have a little bit more versatility, and I'm gonna be strong. So, all right, class druid. At first level, I get 2 features. The first being Primal Mystic. I can cast spells using the Mysticism stat. I learn 4 spells, one of which must be polymorph. I learn 1 other spell every 2 levels in this class hereafter. And then mana. Your maximum mana is equal to 4 times your druid level. So I'll start with 4. All right. And then Feral Shift, very druidy. You get the Shape Changer perk and can take an action granted by the beast you turn into as part of your cast action. So those are my first features.
That sounds cool. It sounds like it implies that like in that same turn that you shapeshift, like let's say you turn into like a jaguar, so I don't know what your shape forms are, but you immediately change, it could still like make an attack or something out of like the animal's abilities.
Yeah, it seems like it. Yep, as part of the cast action.
That's cool.
Whoa. Yeah, so I will be filling most of this out later, but making the decisions now. So that is my class. Let's see, going back up onto the statistics of it all. So onto stat creation or stat allocation. It looks like you choose like an array of stats and assign them in any order, or you can roll to get an array. There are 12 different options for arrays. And it's just different breakdowns of like having like 3 2s and a 7 6 and a 4, kind of just a breakdown of how good you're going to be.
Oh yeah.
Well-rounded or like
more specialized.
more specialized. So, you know what? I'm going to roll it.
Hell
Been
yeah.
doing it so far, so 1d12. I don't really have any particular leaning for how this is going to go, so it'll just kind of inform the character. That was a 3. And I will also give myself a mulligan for this. 2 options out of 12 is good. 3 is going to be 6, 5, 4, 4, 4, and 3. And then my other option is a 9, 1, 7, 3 4s, and 2 3s. And part of me wants to go with, I'm just going to go with a 3 and have a pretty well-rounded stat sheet. 6, 5, 4, 4, 4, 3. On to deciding where those go, which I will quickly do. Oh, also the stats in this game. We have Might, which Might is used for max HP, inventory slots, endure saves, brawl, and melee checks. We got Dex, which is for determining speed, reflexes, finesse, and sneaking. We have Awareness, used for reflex, detect, mysticism, and survival checks and ranged attacks. We have Reason, used for will, arcana, craft, and medicine checks. Presence, used for will, influence, leadership, and performance checks. And then Luck, which just allows players to tip the scales. Interesting. You have a pool of luck points equal to your luck stat, which you can spend as detailed below. You can gain advantage, gaining a favor on a d20 roll. You can re-roll with luck. Pretty cool.
That is like a built-in favor stat.
Yeah, there's a variant that they recommend for solo play without a healer. It's called Plot Armor. Once per round, if you are reduced to 0 HP, you can spend 1 luck point to gain 1d6 HP. That's funny.
That's cool.
Plot Armor. That's funny. I like that. I'll probably use that. Or I'll have a little party with a healer in it. Who knows? All right, so Might, I'm going to go 4. Dex, I'm going to go 4. Awareness, I'm going to go 5. Oh, wait, which one? Awareness, I'm going to go 6, actually. Presence, I'll go 5. Or actually, no, I'm going to go 5 luck. And
you
then,
need those extra runs at plot armor.
Yeah, 5 luck, and then 3 reason and 4 presence. So that is my stat breakdown. 4 might, 4 dex, 6 awareness, 3 reason, 4 presence, and 5 luck. On to my next thing, which will be gear. It says I start with 3 gold, so 300 silver. This game runs on the silver standard. So instead of like gold being the main currency, silver is like the thing people use most, but gold still exists. So I have 3 gold of wealth to purchase my starting gear. And honestly, I'll look at it right now, but it's highly likely that I'll just do this later.
That's fair.
But we'll see how involved this is going to be. Page 75. Okay, so you have inventory slots, and those indicate the amount of items you can carry, your number of which is equal to 8 plus your might. So I believe I chose 4 for might, so I have 12 inventory slots plus 2 from Orc's racial or ancestry trait. So 14 is my maximum item slots. If your inventory slots are full, you can't take the rush action. The number of slots an item occupies follows these general guidelines. Okay, so maybe like vaguely similar to like the Diablo inventory system where like items take up a certain amount of your spaces. Okay.
That's cool. I like that.
Okay, so there are starting packs. I might just pick one of these. The classes list a recommended starting pack. I'm going to just go with that. I'm definitely going to go back and make a merchant because I really want to have a merchant character as well.
I'm going to say it sounds cool. Makes me curious about how the class plays.
Yeah, I'm definitely interested in that. So let's see. Starting pack, the Hermit pack. So I will just pick that. So the Hermit pack is 1 gold and 5 silver, leaving me with 195 silver. The Hermit pack comes with a staff, herbalism tools, materials, vague, 50 silver worth of materials. So I'm going to guess that that's like a spell component possible thing. A hooded lantern and tarot cards.
Ooh, you're mystic.
And I'll fill out the info on how much space that takes up later. But those are my starting pieces of gear: a staff, herbalism tools, materials worth 50 silver, hooded lantern, and tarot cards. Starting to see a vision of who this character is going to be. Now we're going on to skills and passives, which I believe will be the last thing I have to pick, other than figuring out like my HP and stuff like that. I guess I'll do that right now. My maximum HP is going to be equal to my might times my level, so it's 4.
You're a squishy boy.
I'm a little squishy, but that'll be okay.
They have to hit you first.
And I can turn into an animal, so who knows? That might help. So 4 HP. Okay, with Druid, I get my key stat is awareness, which is good because I picked that as my highest. In training, I'm trained in mysticism and 3 from either brawl, craft, detect, medicine, or survival. I'm going to go survival. I'll go detect. And you know what? I'm going to switch it up. I'm going to put my presence down to a 3 and take 4 reason. And I am going to do, instead of detect, I'm going to do craft, medicine, and survival. And I think I'm building it so that whenever I play this, one of the people I encounter is going to be the merchant that I sell my potions to.
Said I'm setting myself up for success.
Or whatever I can make with herbalism tools. All right, so I have craft, medicine, mysticism, and survival training. And I will learn how the skills and stuff all work when I play. So I've picked my skills. No weapon training, so I don't have to worry about that. I don't start with any armor, so I'm not worrying about that for now. I suppose I will go down the list. Okay, the next on this list, perks are a mark of achievement and signals of arcs in one's life journey. Your class grants you a perk every odd level, so 3rd, 5th, okay, as well as through a first level feature.
I was going to say, I thought Druid, it said every 2 levels you get a spell as well.
Yes, but this is different than that. Let me look at Druid's stuff real quick. Sorry, I'm hopping around. This is my first time. I'm new here.
So don't tell your friends about this.
I do like the layout of this book.
Yeah.
And I am currently using the PDF, but I have pre-ordered the Q1, or actually Kelly for one of my Christmas gifts got me the PDF and the physical edition that is restocking in Q1 of this year. So
hell yeah.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see the physical book.
I was going to say,
when it gets here.
The PDF looks good. I'm sure the physical book's going to be gorgeous.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So I got the Shape Changer perk. So that is what I get from being a druid. And then I need to pick 4 spells. And I think that will be it for me. One of the things I'm really excited about with this game is how spells seem to work.
Yeah, I noticed when you said that you have mana that is like a number.
Hmm.
That's neat because that's obviously something we've kind of talked about with
Yeah.
like D&D part or like systems is
Yep.
I wish it wasn't a
Spell
rest.
slots. Yeah, who knows? I don't know how the mana works, if it replenishes during combat or if when you run out, you're out.
So yeah, it might be potion based.
True. That would be kind of cool. Okay, so here we go. Spells. And in this game, casting spells is really interesting, and I am definitely going to be taking a little of this when I'm making my the fantasy version of the game that I'm working on, making a TTRPG system myself. But I like this idea of spells being able to be cast in different ways, like spell effects being the spell, and then the casting being its own aspect. So the spell list is, there are quite a few, so I'm not going to go through all of them. I'm gonna look through and pick 4 that stand out to me. I think it said I needed to pick polymorph as well.
Yeah, I do believe that that was a required.
So polymorph is one. There's one called beast. You call forth a beast or beasts that fit in the area or nearest open space to the target. They remain for the duration and can have a cumulative HD total. I don't know what HD is. Count no higher than half your level. That, I'll leave that one up. I might grab that. These are really cool.
I wonder if that's where like a hunter's pet might have been.
Possibly, yeah. Oh, whoa, what the hell? In flesh. Targeted non-relic fabric, stone, metal, or wood is turned into hair, tissue, and bone for the duration.
I'm disgusted and so intrigued by that.
Alternatively, if the target is turned into stone through a curse or magic, the effect ends.
Like, that's just immediately my first thought goes to like I'm in combat with somebody with like a steel sword. It's like pretty sure that's just hair.
That's a meat sword now. Hair sword. That's funny.
Like mid swing, it changes and he just kind of gives you a light like brushing.
Yeah. Actually, you know what? With a little more thought, I'm going to pick this stuff later. But the spells look very interesting. When we touch back on these characters after we've played, I will talk about the spells that I took.
Hopefully, my characters will still be alive by then.
Hopefully, mine's dead.
No,
Not mine in this game, but mine in your game. All right, so I think that's it for me. I have some stuff to figure out when I try to play for the first time and some things to read up on, but I believe I have a fully functioning character. Ooh, there is mana potions. That is fun.
That's cool. I like that.
Yeah.
Stuff being built around more of a resource management than, I don't know. I feel like there's more control over resource management with that than spell slots from
Yeah.
D&D.
Spell slots anger me to no end. There should be some way to continue doing the stuff your class does, even if you're, doing stuff. I don't know. It just feels...
And so there's nothing worse than being a
Limiting.
mage and being cut down to Mr. Bonk.
Yeah. Oh, one thing I will pick before we go, I'll come up with a name.
Yes.
Orc. Something orcish. I'm going to cut this together to make it sound like I came up with this instantly instead of it being like a few minutes.
My first thought, because we've been playing WoW, is you're Gortash. Or Thrall.
I was thinking G. I made a character in Zweihander that I named. It was an ogre, not an orc, but it was Dorig. It's one of my favorite characters that I've ever role played as. But I'm thinking more. I'm thinking a little different than that. What do you think of Gedroff?
Gedroff. Gedroff the Druid. I feel like that's fitting.
All right, we're going with Gedroff, my orcish druid. Hell yeah.
Dude, I'm excited for you to start playing that.
Yeah, I am too. It's
I
gonna
want to
be
know
fun.
how it works.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how the like system is because I want to glean any inspiration. I have a tendency to collect game systems, and this will be the first one in a while that I've actually jumped into after
And
buying
played.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah, man. That's always a good feeling.
Hell yeah, hell yeah. All right, Gedroff done. On to you.
I love that.
Do I need a pencil?
Honestly, because I'm going to be the one doing it and I'm an absolute heathen, I'm just marking it in pen.
Oh God.
And then
They're all
so,
gonna
like,
die anyway, so
I was going to say, and like a lot of it, I won't like fill the
Mhm.
whole space so I can like take a pencil to it for
Yeah.
additions. But so leaving the beautiful art of your tabletop game and
well, this is beautiful in a different way.
in a much more grotesque way. I do want to start with the foreword of Farewell to Arms, and it begins with a quote by Ernest Hemingway. Never think that war no matter how necessary nor how justified, is not a crime.
Hell yeah, brother.
Farewell to Arms Redux is an independent production by Rivet Head Games and is not affiliated with Occult, Ortmaster Games, or Stockholm Cartel. It is published under the Morkborg third-party license. Rule 0, the Statement of Absolution. Like the foul commands you are issued, feel free to disregard every rule in this book, save this one. War is never to be glorified. This book is in no way to be used for reenactment or analog for the very real atrocities that occur in our world every day. And I think that's important to put at the beginning of something so grimdark.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's fair.
So, and this is, to a degree, Sam, I'm stripping this from you. This has no impact on character creation as far as I have seen. There are 4 factions that are at war in Farewell to Arms. The first and their leader is Josilfa Migol and her Faith Spire. They are a heavily religious army.
What are they called?
It's Josilfa and her Faith Spire.
Oh, okay.
The monolithic Faith Spire. But yet they are like the hyper religious. They do not refer to it as God, but Josilfa, their leader, does everything she does for he.
Okay.
Which is a very clear analog for God.
Yeah.
And then
No, it's just her ex.
it's just her ex. She hasn't gotten over him. And this is we're torn between 2, so you can let me know how you're feeling.
Okay.
This is King Sigfum and the Beggars of Death. Their army fights under the promise of death.
Okay.
In the world of this, death is not always an ending. In fact, things can get much, much worse.
So that's like the Death Corps of Krieg, kind of.
Yes. Yes.
A little Warhammer reference. Well, I'm making a Warhammer reference. I'm not saying this is, but
It does give me very Warhammer vibes.
yeah. I mean, there's a gas mask horse rider right there.
I was going to say.
And the horse has a gas mask.
And that brings us to our third faction, King Fathmu the 10th and the Mad Mists. These are chemical warfare.
Okay.
In fact, in doing some of the reading, with the use of a semi-mystical element that appeared during the war, they are able to turn people into gas men, a truly vaporous form of person that is then stuck inside of a pressurized suit, and they still continue fighting in a state of unlife.
Interesting. So we would be gas men if we pick this faction, or that's just like a
That is like a type of unit that they
Okay.
produce.
All right.
In factories, actually. The re-embodiment factory.
I'm leaning towards that one if I'm being honest.
See, that's kind of where my head's at.
Yeah.
And then the final is Countess Anathelia and the White Crowns. And they are, from what I've gathered, just pure control. Their leader is never satisfied, and the only time that she is not cold and heartless is when she is like in the presence of this new mystical element. And her goal is to have all of it.
Interesting. All right.
I'd definitely be down to be
The Mad Mists.
Mad Mists.
I
Not
mean, it's
against
up to
that.
you. I'm just a passenger here.
Well, just wait, because there's a class that I was looking at that I feel like fits very well with the Mad Mists.
Oh, okay. Perfect. Or you could roll a d4
Oh.
for the faction.
For the faction. So there are
Wow, that book looks crazy.
It is. I do have the physical book for this at the table at the moment, and it is gorgeous. So I am in much the same boat. There are 12 classes to pick from in Farewell to Arms, ranging from grizzled veterans, expendable sappers, recluse marksmen, homesick riflemen, cynically cursed chaplains, arcane medics, altered mercenaries, the embedded ones, radiant bannermen, new world engineers, a despondent interpreter, and a sadistic soldier. Each of these varies in what their use is and how they fight. I won't bore you guys with getting into the fine details of every single class, but I will explain where I am leaning because I'm gonna have to make multiple classes. Me rolling a
Yeah.
class is we're gonna have a squad of like 4 or 5.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I am actually leaning towards the Altered Beastmen. Some consider it a blessing, others find it a cruel revenge of the dying lands as destruction ravages the face of the earth. Wild folk, the slag-cursed beasts of no nation. These are just a few of the pejoratives muttered under the breath of those who despise their altered existence. As misunderstood outcasts, altered mercenaries wander until someone claims them.
Whoa.
And these are all beastmen.
Okay, hell yeah.
And you have 6 options, and each one gives you different like benefits. You can be shunk striped, which is, I believe, meant to be like a skunk. A rack webbed, so spider like. Falcon winged, hyena throated, croc toothed, or congoose tusked. So almost like a mammoth.
Oh, whoa.
And that is definitely the way that I'm leaning towards.
Is Mammoth?
Or
the Beastmen.
The Beastmen.
Yeah.
So
As one of your first guys.
yeah. So since I picked Beastman as my class, you know what? I will add roles in here. There are 6 variants of a Beastman that you can be.
Oh, hell yeah.
So you
You
know
don't
what?
get to pick your...
Yeah. I won't pick my animal.
Are you going to give yourself a mulligan?
No.
Oh, fuck.
No mulligan.
It's grimdark over here.
Fuck. This is actually, I'm not upset about this. So I am a skunk-striped beastman. Never clean and always reeking of death, you discovered a deterrent is often the best weapon. When you take shock or suffer damage, your body spurts putrid gas at the damage source.
Hey, that really works well with the Mad Mists.
Dude, really? Let me mark that. For the next, we will determine our reason for enlistment, our battle scars, and our vices. And vices actually have a pretty cool feature of there are real like drawbacks and like addiction-based systems.
Okay, nice.
So, starting with my reason for enlistment, I appreciate they right on the character creation page have I think it's like 20 just pre-written potential reasons that you might
Nice.
have conscripted, and some give you bonuses. So as a beastman, looking at some of these, I am going to select from their list. I joined because killing is my business and business is good. I'm a mercenary.
I just love killing.
And I will write that in as just killing.
Reason for joining. Killing.
So then next I will select a battle scar. Battle scars are, to my understanding, just added
Flavor. Some backstory, brainstorming ideas, basically.
I think. Okay, this is going to be mine. I need a D6. I am missing teeth.
Okay, so how many?
Oh, I'm only missing one.
Is it a prevalent one?
It's one of my 2 front teeth.
Hell yeah.
My front right tooth.
Nice.
And then next up is vices.
I guess if you're a skunk dude, then your teeth might be tiny.
I'm gonna be funny looking.
You're a skunk that has a full set of human teeth, except for one.
Vices are on a D20. So
Ooh, hell yeah. Here we go.
I will do it. I'll roll them up. And let me double check, because I believe that certain classes take on more vices than others.
Ooh, interesting.
Okay. So I will just be taking 1 vice. So as just a little explanation of why you want to take a vice is shock is, it's meant to be almost like a shell shock or PTSD stat.
Okay.
So the higher your shock is, you will struggle with checks more and more. And the only way to relieve it is a good night's sleep and a full meal.
Okay.
And that only relieves up to 2 shock.
And vices help with shock as well.
Vices can lower your shock, but
Nice.
obviously come with downsides.
No. Really?
Ooh, I rolled a 16. Yep. This is going to be interesting. So, my vice is I snort crushed slag.
Whoa.
And slag is this new special mineral.
Hey, that's probably what turned you into a beast.
Could be.
Because they called the beastmen slag cursed
That's true.
in the description, I believe.
So this character's coming together to make sense
Oh, yeah.
as a person.
You know, since you're going to make a character that is going to be like representative of me in your game, I think I'm going to. I know I said he was going to be a little freak, but I'm going to make the merchant character I came up with, or not. I haven't come up with him yet, but he'll be based on you.
Make me a little freak. Make me freaky.
You said it. You don't have to change a thing.
So then now I'm going to roll for my stats. And the stats in this game are toughness, agility, presence, and strength.
Interesting. There's no mental stats, or maybe toughness is like
Toughness
or like willpower.
To a degree, yes. Toughness is what lets you resist shock, gas, cold, or heat.
Okay.
Agility is your defense, sneak, and ability to avoid explosions.
Makes sense.
Presence is your ability to shoot, perceive, and use war scrolls. War
Nice.
scrolls are magic in this game in a very fun way.
So presence is like the intellect adjacent.
And then strength is melee, throwing, and carrying requisitions.
Okay, cool.
So to generate stats, you roll 3d6. And similar to D&D, where your total points in a stat give you a bonus, we are rolling and adding these together to figure out what our bonus is.
Okay.
Or what our like true stat is. 6 and 8. So that is a -1 to rolls with that stat. So, you know what? Because I'm a big stinky boy, I don't need to be stealthy. I'll give myself a -1 to my agility.
You're going to get blown up.
I am. This is going to be bad. A 9 gives me a 0. So I will give that to my toughness, actually. Because I'm a gassy boy. I'm not worried about gas. And if I get PTSD, that's
part
I
of the
signed
fun.
up for this. Not to say that soldiers sign up for PTSD.
No,
oh my
no.
God.
But in this game, it's a feature, not a bug.
Exactly. So that is 2 more left.
Another 8
Another
or 9.
9.
I can't do math. Crazy. With how long I've been playing D&D that I can't count.
I'm going to give my other 0 to my strength because presence seems like it will be helpful.
Oh my God. He just rolled 3 1s on 3d6. You can't make this up, folks.
You remember when I said I didn't want any mulligans?
Oh my God.
I have to have a
I'm
mulligan.
giving you a mulligan here, even though it would be so great.
Oh, God.
Just the fact that you just rolled 3 1s is insane.
Okay. It's still a -1. Wow. I have all 0s and -1s for my stats. So
I think you rolled pretty average as well.
I was gonna
At
say,
least
this
other
is-
than the 3 1s.
Yeah, God. So right now, I am not going to be very good at most anything. So,
Actually, no, you rolled kind of shitty. You rolled all under 10.
yeah, I can't believe it.
This is perfect. Now, whatever character we assign me to, it has to be protective. I've got to be your creepy little like, what are you doing, boss?
I'm a figurehead
Yeah.
for our unit.
I trail
Everybody
behind you
looks
and
at
I
me,
huff your stink.
But you are actually the one giving orders. You're like, don't do that.
It's like Pinky in the Brain.
Yeah. So next we're going to do hit points, omens, powers, and ammo. So, interesting. So as an altered mercenary, my HP is determined by a D8. I thought I had out. Oh, I was going to say, I swear I pulled it.
Yeah.
So it's a D8 plus my toughness, which is a 0. Oh my God. Plus my number of the beast, and I am a skunk striped, so that is 1 on the number of the beast. So I have 4 HP.
Wait, your number of the beast is 1?
Yeah.
Oh, is it? It's that?
Yeah, number of the beast.
Okay. So you're a little squishy as well.
I'm saying me and you have the exact same health,
That's
and you're
true.
an orc. I feel bad. Okay. So then omens, and omens are almost like favor, works for like D&D, except you have 5 options to choose between on essentially what you want your omens to be. You can ensure that you'll deal maximum damage on an attack. You can reroll your or someone else's dice. You can lower damage dealt to you, stop a crit or a critical failure,
Okay.
or lower a test by 4. So like let's say you had no shot at succeeding like a difficulty of 20 roll. You
Yeah.
drop it to a 16. Oh, I have to roll for that. I'm either going to get 1 or 2, and I get 1 because I'm low rolling on everything. So I am going to take reroll a dice as my omen. Our game also uses the silver standard.
Nice.
So I am going to have...
Rolled 2 3s in a row there.
60 silver is what I am starting with. It is 2d6 times 10. Oh, I missed something.
Oh, what'd you miss?
So I do actually get to re-roll for my toughness, strength, and presence.
Oh, okay.
One of the features of Altered Mercenary is animalistic. So I get to roll 3d6 plus 1 for toughness and... Okay. So I just need to add a plus 1. Ooh, and that's going to be bad. Fuck. Okay. So let me look back. My dice might be worse now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How would it be worse?
You know, I'm just going to leave them where they're at for now because they're already in a rough situation.
Yeah.
But the reason I say worst is because unkempt, I roll 3d6 and -2 for my presence.
Oh.
My presence is already -1. I rolled a... Well, hold on. That one I do know for a fact I can edit because I know it. I know what I rolled. I rolled a 3.
Well, but you...
Oh, I did. I
mulliganed.
re-rolled for a 7, which -2.
Yeah, you got-
that becomes a -2 for my presence.
A 9, a 9, a 7, and an 8.
Damn. And so I will not get to roll for a firearm. I can't use guns. I do not believe.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah, cannot use firearms. And I have to roll for my armor. As a beastman, I am limited in my armor. I cannot go above tier 2 armor.
Okay.
Or I cannot use tier 2 or higher armor.
So you're just a tier 1 boy.
So I have to roll for if I even get armor.
Oh, no. You're not
And
gonna
I
get it.
didn't.
You're
No
just a little
armor.
gutter trash boy.
Peasant rags.
Peasant ragged skunk man stinky boy.
I love that.
Pretty great. I think this sums up the vibe this game is supposed to have.
It does. I do not feel good about my odds, and that's how
great.
it's supposed to be. I'm
Yeah.
going to war. You don't know if you're coming back.
I think you're not. At least this guy.
I don't think you are.
Skunkman.
So now I can't roll for a firearm. I can roll for a sidearm because that's not listed. It says I can't use firearms, but those are separate
Mhm.
categories in this.
Your sidearm's going to be like a shovel.
Probably. I can't wait. Sidearms, page 80. There are 9 sidearms.
You could roll a d10 and ignore 0.
That's true. So let's roll for a sidearm. I get a punch dagger.
Ooh, interesting. Colonel Maze Hughes from Full Metal Alchemist.
And that, I do believe, will be just about the last thing for me. I just now have to roll 2 more things. My starting shit, because that is what equipment is referred to in this game.
Perfect. And yours is actually just going to be a pile of it.
Probably.
Pile of shit.
Page 86. Okay. So I get to roll a d6 for things to carry shit. I got a 6.
The
So
highest roll you've seen.
I got a pack mule.
Whoa. Is that like an actual mule?
Yeah. The description is too starved to ride.
Oh, okay, perfect.
Uh,
I thought it was possible that was just going to be like a guy.
you just have somebody shuffling.
Yeah.
I have a d12.
Yeah, and if it was a guy, I was going to be like, okay, that's me.
I have a d12 for my combat readiness shit.
12. Oh my
12.
God, maxing out.
Oh my god. I get to start with a free war scroll, which that is big.
Is that why you don't need a gun? Because you just have that.
There's a big chance because it's random which one I get. So that I'll have to probably look at those and maybe roll for. D12 for personal shit, which honestly, let me get a roll of 1 on this.
Oh my god, he did it.
I get a pack of smokes.
Much like my orc roll, he rolled a 1.
The one thing that this character needed, he gets cigarettes. Oh, dang it. I just about got lucky. If your D6, D12, and D12 shit rolls have a combined sum of 20 or more, you permanently roll +1 on the shock table. Must have seen some shit to acquire that much shit. Okay, so actually I avoided a bad thing.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, because you got an 18 total. Yeah, if you didn't roll if you rolled a 1 or a 2, that was the only way to avoid this extra bad thing.
So thank God I got smokes.
Smoke him if you got him.
And then
he does.
Start the game with a D2 of shock. And of course, I get 2 shock right off the bat. And then I get to determine my name. And they actually have... they have the random war scroll page marked. So I will do that momentarily. It's a D20.
Oh my god. A nat 1.
You know what? I'm not upset about this. So my war scroll is Nay, N-A-Y, palm. Extending your hand, you issue commands with a fiery countenance. D3 creatures of your choice spontaneously combust and die in D4 turns. Their flames spread to all they touch.
Is this scroll like a one-use thing, or do you just have that as an ability?
So when wielding a scroll, you test for presence to successfully wield it. Else, the scroll fails. You lose health and suffer shock, and a critical fail when reading a war scroll results in destroying the scroll forever.
So it's perfect that you have a -2 in presence, because
I'm going to break this real quick.
Dude, you're farting out your skunk stank and then setting it alight.
That's sick, though. I did not expect to start with that.
That's really funny.
So then now the final step will be names, and they actually have a list of nicknames.
Nice.
Because obviously soldiers tend to either call each other by last names or nicknames.
Yeah. Is there can you roll for this?
Ooh, I can, actually. Let me roll my percentile and a D10.
That's
94?
A 9. Yeah, 94.
94. I'm Pop.
Pop.
Which makes sense, because every time I get shot, I pop gas.
Oh, you made me ink.
Oh, you guys made me ink. That's awesome. So that is my character created.
Hell yeah.
Ready to start slinging slag.
Slinging slag, smoking smokes, and popping gas.
And now the fun part for me.
'Tis my turn.
I get to watch you make a demon. So I noticed I didn't see on the character sheets like a good spot for your actual class.
Okay. Yeah.
So I just kind of filled it in on that bottom blue strip.
All right. Can you be my guide?
Yes, I can.
And I'll just write stuff.
Okay. So you have the options between the Grizzled Veteran, which is like the most firearm-based class. They start with 3 ammo, potentially.
One of them stuck out to me. Arcane Healer?
Oh, yeah, the Arcane Medic.
Arcane Medic.
And I know I already read it to you, but since I read the flavor text for Altered Beastmen, and I really like this flavor text. I solemnly swear to heal others that they may do harm in my stead. I charge boldly towards disease, injury, and death to save those that desire their revenge, and I shall aid the passing of those who do not. This is my Hippocratic oath.
I'm going to kill everybody.
So this is where I do... Okay, so you are going to have...
What's it called again? 1 second.
The Arcane Medic. And technically I could have rolled for my powers, but your powers come and go from day to day based on presence.
Okay, cool. Arcane Medic.
So your very next thing after picking a class is to determine your reason for enlistment. If you would like, I can hand you the book.
Yeah. These are numbered, so I'm going to roll it.
Hell yeah.
Gonna use the metal die for the metal game. 7. My reason for enlistment. An incurable disease ails me. You are not long for this world anyway.
He's I don't have anything
Perfect.
better to do.
You know, I was trying to solve a problem. I was trying to cure somebody else, and then I got their shit.
Their shit?
Their shit gave me a disease. So that's my reason.
Yes.
Diseased. My writing is horrible.
Hey,
so
mine too.
I'm gonna say diseased, comma, gonna die anyway. Perfect. It's horrible. I can't even. I honestly, it's hard for me to read what I just wrote.
So you say that, but as you were writing it, I was reading it upside down.
You're a better man than me. What's next? Scars?
Yep. Next will be battle scars.
And if there's an option to roll, I'm always going to do it.
Hell
So
yeah. Okay.
just let me know and I will let the dice fly.
Okay. Oh, it says a D66
Oh, cool.
if you want to roll, except I don't. It starts at 11. Oh,
Oh, it's because there can only be... It's D66, so it's the lowest roll you can get is 2 ones, which is 11 on the...
Okay, that makes sense.
All right.
You're smarter than I.
I had to figure that out for Vagabond because they did that too. I'm going to do the same as earlier. The 6 from my first set of dice is going to be the first one I read. 32. Literally, I think one of the same rolls.
Oh, God. You have a massive, distracting hematoma.
Hey, I have a disease.
That's true.
And maybe that's part of it. Massive distracting hematoma. Beautiful.
Next is going to be your vice.
Oh, I'm ready.
So you've already prepared for this. That is a D20 roll.
12.
12. You like to juggle grenades. The more, the better.
Awesome. I'm going to die anyway, so I guess. Grenade juggling. It calms the senses.
It calms me.
That's insane. That's on the list of things.
And next, we'll roll for your stats. And this time, I'm making sure to have your extra bonuses. So you can roll for them in any order you want. Just let me know. And because your toughness and strength have modifiers besides 3d6.
Okay. I'll just go down the line. So the toughness first. Also, what does my class use the most?
It really doesn't say.
Okay. That is, my first is a 12.
So add 2 to that because you get a special little bonus for your
so 14.
doctorate.
What's my bonus for 14?
14, you get a +1.
So toughness has a +1. Perfect. Whatever that
Whatever
is
that
used for.
means.
Next, we'll go straight to agility. That is, oh my gosh, that's a 15.
You get a +2.
That's a 17.
You're literally getting way better rolls for me.
I told you I need
like
to
a +2 is your
Oh,
stat.
+2. So
I needed you to roll all my dice.
well, I told you my character has to protect yours.
Truly.
He has no self-preservation, but he's here to protect you.
He said, this stinky little guy.
All right. 17.
That's a +3 bonus. That was presents.
So when your character dies, this guy's got to pick up the scroll.
I'm just going to give you the scroll.
So yeah, that just for everybody, that was 2 6s and a 5. Now I still have a chance to roll all 3 6s and be the absolute opposite of your all 3 1s. So this is my strength roll. It's still high, a 15.
-2. So you get a +1 still in that stat. Good Lord. You are
Well-
stacked in a way that I can only dream of.
Well, good thing it's your character as well. I'm just a passenger here. You'll make all the decisions. That's amazing.
So next is hit points. And your HP is 1d6 plus toughness.
So my Tough, like the bonus from
Yeah.
toughness.
Yeah.
I might have good stats, but I have 2 health. I'm a diseased little guy.
No.
Right? It's 2, isn't it?
Yeah. That's
1d6 plus my toughness bonus.
yeah, D6 plus toughness. Dang.
2. Amazing. There had to be some kind of drawback. I'm a
Really,
glass
though.
cannon.
So next will be your omens. You can roll a D6, 1 to 3.
Oh, I wrote it in the wrong side. It says max over here, and I wrote it next to HP.
Hey, I did the same thing.
Yeah, it'll be consistent then. Next is my omens. What do I roll?
You'll roll 1d6, and it's considered a d2. So 1 to 3, and then 4 to 6.
I got a 1.
Okay, so you
Or a
get
2, but a 1.
one omen. And again, your omen can be dealing maximum damage with an attack, re-rolling a bad roll, lowering damage you take, neutralizing a crit or a super crit, critical failure, or lowering a check.
I'm going to lower damage taken.
Okay, so that is lower damage dealt by a d6. Yeah, that's the one. The character sheets for this game are very unique to look at, but space on some of them is a little lacking for filling out these sheets.
I hope you can read that. Lower damage, and then I put d6 under die.
So we'll skip powers for now.
Yeah, you can do that. Like how I'm going to do spells later.
Yeah. And so next we'll roll for your ammo, and you get to roll a d6 as a d2 again for ammo.
1.
You got 1 ammo. That's your left eye or right eye. So directions. So now we'll roll for your firearm, sidearm, and armor. That'll be a d10 for your primary.
10.
10. You get a slug launcher. It is a d12 shell cannon. It has a strength test of 12 to be able to fire it.
Slug launcher. Good thing I have +1.
Okay, so then your sidearm, that is a d10 roll as well.
7.
7. You get a barbed wire club.
Whoa.
So we really are repping Kriegscore.
Hell yeah. What's the die for that?
Oh, that is a d6, and it ignores helmets.
I don't know how to.
I was going to say, you don't have to write that. I'll be able to reference my book when I'm playing.
Hell yeah.
So then last is armor, and that is in theory let's roll a d8 and just leave off 8 or
Okay.
1, either way.
I'll leave off 1. 7.
Damn. So you got tier 3 armor. That is a d6 damage reduction and a helmet.
Whoa. How do I do this?
For armor, I would just mark minus d6. So I know to remove d6 from whatever damage you take. At least that's how I hope I'll remember that.
And does a helmet, should I write helmet as well? Or is that
Yeah.
separate?
And helmets are cool. In this game, helmets, you can break them essentially to prevent damage from a single attack.
Oh, okay, nice. So I have a minus d6 plus a helmet.
And then, okay, so that takes us to your shit.
My shit!
And that's, I want to say that was a d6 and a 12. Yeah, d6 and d12 for those rolls. So your things to carry shit are a d6.
1.
You get nothing.
Perfect.
Supplies were low. Ooh, actually, so hold on. If you rolled 2 or lower, don't roll any more shit. Roll a d6 again.
6.
On a 5 to 6, you gain tier 4 lobster armor and kiss the world goodbye.
What?
Lobster armor, you are like fully locked in, and that is a minus d8 instead.
Okay, so I changed the 6 to an 8.
And I'll leave you with the helmet because you rolled for a helmet.
Nice.
But yeah, that is the heaviest armor you can have. And it comes with the follow-up, because it is lobster armor, a misnomer. Any deep water is deadly.
Oh, fuck.
So that is all your shit. You didn't get smokes.
I can't get out of my armor anyway.
And then you'll roll a d6 again for your starting shock. That'll be a d2. You start with 1 shock. And now we just need your nickname.
Oh, hell yeah. That was what, a D100.
Yes. Ooh, and you're going to get to start with a war scroll, and you can add a field dress kit, apparently. Those are things you just start with from your class.
Oh, shit. So do I roll for the war scroll?
Yeah.
And then is field dress shit? Or part of shit?
Yeah.
Field dress kit?
So a D20 for your war scroll.
15.
15. You get gunpowder plot. Oh. So
Gunpowder plot?
Yes. And so this game does also, essentially there are like commanders as well, which are considered warlords. And they, just like Kill Team, can have like bonus things that they provide to the squad. With gunpowder plot, you can use your warlord order twice in the same mission, but your warlord dies at the end of that mission.
Whoa. So, blaze of glory.
Then nickname, that'll be a percentile.
7.
7.
I rolled zeros on the percentile and 7 on the 10.
You are jerky. We got Poppin' Jerky. We're a good gas station ride.
That's funny.
Yeah. Well, that's 2 characters now. I've pretty much got half my squad built. I'm looking forward to this.
Yeah, this is going to be funny to hear about
Oh,
later.
God. The worst thing, too, is because I'm going to be running it solo. So when you die, I'm gonna have to go to a mirror and be like, "You let this happen.
No.
You caused this."
Well, this guy's invincible. He's in lobster armor. He's got really good stats.
That's true. The -8 to damage against somebody with HP of 2, that's gonna be what saves you.
Yeah. I don't need HP if I just never take any damage.
I'm excited, man.
Yeah, this is gonna be fun to hear about. And I'm excited to start off on Vagabond too.
Yeah. Well, my boy, I think that's been this episode of Resync. If you made it to the end, thanks for listening. If you like what you heard, you can follow us at ResyncCast. That's ResyncCast on Blue Sky and Instagram.
And our community Discord is live. You can join from a link in our bio, and you can find Resync on Spotify, YouTube, Apple Podcasts, and Amazon Music. But until next time, goodbye! Bye!
Synchronization complete.